Morning, everybody.
Good morning, Instagram.
I'm Harry Smith.
And I'm Adriene Mishler.
Adriene's the world's most famous yoga person. Well, anyway, if you go on YouTube, you can see Yoga with Adriene, and a lot of people do every day. And so you're doing a challenge, right? This is already day 2?
Yeah, well, technically, yes, this is day 2. We start day 1 with actually a day 0, which is kind of a creative way of just giving people a day to settle in, collect themselves. If you want to do a yoga practice, I have hundreds there for you, but the idea is that you kind of just take a day to collect, and then on January 2nd, today, we start with the first practice. So this is perfect. We're here together,
Awesome.
Kicking it off. The 30 days of yoga is called Home this year, and I find that the theme already is kind of resonating with people all over the world in many different ways. So I'm excited.
Yeah.
For me, it's kind of like I feel lighter this morning because I've been working on this project for so long. So it's an honor to have you aboard.
So as a person who did yoga a long time ago, my practice is gone, practically. And so I'm going to at least take day 1, try to take day 2, try to take day 3, etc., etc., etc. So why don't we get going?
Yes, gone but not
forgotten. Exactly right.
All right, so we're going to start today standing in mountain pose. And the thing about the 30 days is it really is a journey. Is it going to be challenging? Of course. It's hard to just show up. But, and not to sound cute, but that is, the truth. The hardest thing is showing up. Mm-hmm. So on day 1 of Home, a 30-day yoga journey, this is the longest practice we have in the whole 30 days.
Wow.
So if you can muster up the time and energy, which of course valuable, and thank you for sharing yours with me, then I think you can do a lot more than you might think. All right, so we're going to start really simple, easing in with mountain pose. So we'll just stand up nice and tall. And let's just jump right in here by bringing the hands together at the heart. We call this Anjali Mudra. You can think of it as, of course, a prayer position. But I like to definitely notice how it feels to bring your hands together at your heart versus just kind of doing. And this is something you and I have talked about a lot, which I love that you go there. It's not always about what you do, but how you do it. So even just starting can start to feel good, bringing the palms together. And if you're watching this live stream at home or at the office, you can do this bit wherever you are. Just sit or stand up nice and tall, bring the hands together. And then gently tuck your chin into your chest, just to bring some length through the back of the neck. And then you might notice, as I'm noticing with you, Harry, so beautifully, that already starts to change the way you breathe, kind of the way you feel your feet on the ground. Maybe you start to relax the shoulders, and you just allow, key vocabulary word, allow one thing to kind of lead to the other, right? We have this mantra at Yoga with Adriene called Find What Feels Good.
Which feels pretty good. And
it's about finding. It's like, okay, this feels good. Okay, this doesn't feel good. Let's try to find something else. And is it going to feel good all the time? Of course not. It's not. It's not the way the cookie crumbles, but the way we approach it is everything. So let's take one collective breath in and out through the nose and mouth. Good, and then we'll interlace the fingertips and we're just going to press the palms forward. And again, if you're watching this from home or in the office, you can do this. I think this is good for anyone who has a cell phone, anyone who has a vehicle, small child, plays an instrument. So you're going to press the palms out actively, and then we're going to draw the shoulder blades together, just drawing the shoulders in the socket. Yeah, so we're going to keep the push, but trying not pull. And this is what yoga is all about, right? Push and the pull. This dance of opposites. On day 1 of Home, the theme is recognize, and it's all about just recognizing where you are between the push and the pull of your everyday life.
And just, for someone who hasn't done this in a long, long time, I know it as simple as this looks. This is actually, I can feel my arms saying, hey, dude, what are you doing right now? It really is a wake-up call.
Yeah, and then see if you can connect that sensation in the wrists and the forearms somehow with your feet. And I won't even tell you how or why, just see. And if not, that's okay. And then navel maybe draws in and up, and we just see if we can somehow connect our center. And then I'm getting tired even here. So we'll take one more breath. And then just trace a line with the pinkies. Is okay if the elbows bend, but we're going to take the hands all the way up. Then ground through your heels. Take a deep breath in. On the exhale, we're just going to gently take the arms over to the right. I know the blood is starting to flow out of the hands. That's good. Dig into the left heel. Keep the chin tucked slightly. Great. Then we'll bring it back to center. Stick with it. Inhale. And exhale over to the left. Great. Hug the low ribs in. Dig into your right heel. And then here we go with control back to center. And then we're going to try to resist the slingshot effect here, which is like, so try to release with control. We're just going to allow the hands to slowly float down, and you should feel nice flow of fresh blood and energy. You can wiggle the fingertips back to mountain pose.
That was a good one.
So a lot of times I like know people want to sweat, and I know that's important, but if you're not in your body, what good is kind of this like rigorous activity?
Right.
Often it leads to injury or you feeling kind of burnt out. So day 1, 2, 3 of the yoga journey is really kind of about easing in and recognizing where you are and you know, getting back to that place that feels like home. So we're going to cross the right arm over the chest. This is like old gym stretch, but we're going to make it yoga. As the kids say, like make it fashion, but we're going to say make it yoga. So you're just going to stretch here, and then we're going to take our gaze, and you can look towards me. I'll look towards this beautiful tree that's still up here. And then we'll slowly bring it back to center and just switch. So we'll cross the left arm over and turn to look past the left shoulder. Cool, and then we'll bring it back to center, mountain pose. And then here we go, big breath, big stretch. We're going to reach the fingertips all the way up towards the sky. Ground through the feet, spread the fingertips. It's a brand new year. Here we go. And then on an exhale, bend the knees generously, and we're going to take it all the way down nice and slow to that forward fold we once knew, gone but not forgotten. And then take a couple breaths here to just find what feels good. It could be some movement in the feet, maybe bend the knees a little more to bring some love to the low back. You mentioned you recently went on a hike. It's like kind of feeling the effects of that, kind of where your body's at today. Maybe sometimes we wake up with a stiff back.
I'll tell you what, the other thing that I love about just getting to know how you do your practice and your classes is this idea that it's not yoga to be a workout always. I love a slow yoga where it's all about taking time.
Yeah.
It's not about how many poses can I do and up and down and up and down and up and down.
Yeah.
It's like a competition. I'm not into that.
Totally. I love that as well. And we can actually put that to play here with this slow roll up. So tuck the chin into the chest, ground through the feet, and try to stack up through the spine. And see how slow you can go. A lot of my job is just writing little invitations to slow down and come back to what feels like center. I mean, we rush around all day long. We kind of jerk ourselves in and out of everything. And then we come on the mat and we do the same thing. And sometimes we pay a lot of money for someone to make us do that.
Go, right?
Yeah, so here we go again. We're going to inhale, reach up toward the sky. Try to create a full body experience, whatever that means to you. And then exhale, forward fold. And this time we're going to inhale, come up to a nice flat back position. Just tug the shoulders away from the ears. Beautiful. And then exhale, fold. The juice is flowing here. Inhale all the way back up. Reach for the sky. Ground through the feet. This time palms come together. And we exhale back down to heart space. Back to one. Excellent.
This is good stuff.
Yeah. So we did this when you came to visit in Austin, Texas, which is my hometown. So we're going to... So don't look down.
Right.
We're going to put the eyeballs on the soles of the feet again. Again, Shakespeare reference, see feelingly. We're going to slowly, without looking down, bring our feet together, nice and slow. And this, we're connecting brain and body now in a nice, beautiful, meaningful way, hopefully. Inhale, good. Exhale. Now we're going to interlace the fingertips behind the back. So the palms are going to work to come together. Nice. But if they don't, if you're doing this at home, it's okay. You can keep the wrists nice and square. The goal is to be honest about where you are each time you show up on the mat. And we'll draw the shoulder blades together. You can kind of imagine pinching a pencil or a pen behind those two shoulder blades. Draw the knuckles down to the earth and just take a couple of deep breaths here.
I close my eyes a lot when I do yoga.
That's good. And with the Yoga with Adriene YouTube channel, I really do. I'm not trying to sell it.
No,
It's
you
free.
should. You should
It's
tell
free.
everybody.
So
Yeah.
but I really do try to. It's changed though. The way I do the videos is very different than the way I teach a live yoga class. Like, for the videos, I don't want people cranking their neck.
Right, right.
I want you to be able to go inward and follow your best teacher anyway, which is yourself. So, okay, here we go again. Try to resist the slingshot effect. We're going to slowly release with control. We're going to inhale, reach all the way up towards the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Once again, all the way down. Inhale, lift up halfway. This time we're going to take our arms all the way back like airplane arms. Just change it up. Good, and then forward fold. Release. Great. Plant the palms. Here we go. We're going for it. It's day one of this journey. We're going to step one foot back, then the other. Take your time. We're going to start to spread the fingertips. We're coming into a plank. So reach the crown of the head forward. Great. Beautiful. Reach the heels back. We got this. Draw the navel up towards the spine. And then here's the last bit. We're going to press away from the yoga mat to kind of dome up through the upper back body. Kind of finding that hollow front body. We're here for 3, 2, and then downward dog on the 1. Bend your knees, send the hips up high and back. These mats are beautiful, brand new. So they're a little slippery, so claw through the fingertips. Inhale in. And exhale, slow descend of the knees down to the earth. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Big toes come to touch. We're going to bring the knees as wide as the yoga mat. And then we'll go to the right first so you can peek at me. So we're going to bring the left hand to the earth. Press into the earth and away. So find that doming effect once again. There's like this yielding versus collapsing. And then we're just going to take the right hand all the way up towards the sky. Nice and easy. Wiggle the right fingertips.
Oh my.
The goal is to create a healthy flow of energy that runs up and down the spine, so you don't need to really push, just let it evolve. And then we're going to thread the needle, the right arm underneath the bridge of the left. If the head can come down, great. If not, that's all right. You can widen the knees too if you need a little more space. You can allow your right hand to rest on the earth. And then, don't you love it when a yoga teacher says breathe into your back body? But whatever that means to you, see if you can send some breath back there. Really, it's just about taking a nice lateral breath, Harry, like all into the rib cage. Yeah. And then not because I say so and not because your left hand's there to support you, but from your center, your core.
Mm-hmm.
Let's unravel this. So from center, whatever that means to you, from the belly, coming back up. Right hand to the earth. And then I'll let you lead the other side. So left hand up to the sky.
So just before, some of this stuff, because even this, like I could feel that way on my back. Just for people who are maybe doing this the first time, if this is where you get, that's plenty good.
And I love that you say that because I talk about that in YouTube all the time. Like even if you just make it here, it's okay.
Exactly.
There are lots of
and
warrior
if you
poses.
can't plank for that many seconds, just go to your knees, right?
Yeah, and then think about that. What that does for your brain and your
Right.
confidence when you're like, I'm just going to adapt when I feel like I can't make it,
Right.
instead of I'm going to go to the dark side.
Okay, so Adriene, we're going to make sure we have the earth here with our right hand. All
Not
right.
collapsing.
Not
but
collapsing.
Using the ground.
Right.
There's a lot of metaphor there too.
Right.
And then
So
we're
let's
going to lead the
draw.
way. Yeah, let's open up first. Open up through
right.
this left
Oh my
shoulder.
gosh. I
That's
jumped way ahead.
Good. No, you're good. And then whenever you're ready.
Oh, there we go. There's our hand open
Yeah.
to the sky.
And then it's like catch a star and put it in your pocket.
And
My
then
dad
we're
used
going
to
to go
say
ahead and
all the way through.
thread that needle.
And I love doing floor work because you can really tell how you've evolved in your practice. Maybe one day you're here,
Right.
shaking,
Yeah.
and then the next day you're like, whoa, wow, I can rest my head on here. So the key here, for those listening, watching, is to breathe, breathe, breathe. Breathe like you love yourself.
Yes.
Let this. You don't have to actually understand the science of yoga to feel the benefits. You can go down that rabbit hole. You should. And then the same thing. A lot of people wait to teach this, like in a yoga teacher training or events, of course. But why not now? Start to move from center, whatever that means to you, and let that be what brings you out. It changes the quality of your movement. Yeah, baby. All right. Fingertips as wide as the mat. Pinkies on the edge of the mat there. Walk the knees in. Press into the tops of the feet. Drop the belly. Open the chest. It's like opening up through the throat. What do you want to say this year?
Happy New Year.
Yeah.
So this is the funny part for me, because having my feet with the flat on the floor like that, so I always get cramps. Always get cramps. So I got to believe that if there are people doing this for the first time or haven't done it in a long time, there are going to be all kinds of little bumps along the way, and you just have to like forgive yourself. Put your feet this way for a little bit. I find. Just do a little of that. Okay, now they can go down again.
Yeah, work with it. Find what feels good. I love it. Okay, so let's just arch the back here just to balance it out. Cat pose. And then we're going to walk the knees up. And we're just going to take the legs to one side, any side. And we're going to come on through to a seat. Now, if the seat is not comfortable, you can just slowly come back up to mountain and finish here. But we're going to definitely, in light of the new year, and with 3 breaths all together. And if you're watching at home, we're going to do 3 collective breaths. You know, I love the idea that yoga kind of can be the one thing, or maybe one of many things that unite us, despite where we live or our differences. So let's bring the hands together in prayer. Sit up nice and tall. Lift your sternum to your thumbs. And again, if you're watching this at home, at the office, please join Harry and I in 3 breaths. Here we go. Ready? Big inhale in through the nose. And exhale out through the nose or mouth. Again, big inhale. And exhale, relaxing the shoulders. And last one. Here we go. Are you doing it with us? Inhale, lots of love in. And exhale, lots of love out. Thank you so much for committing to a bit of this journey with me, Harry.
So great.
And
so great.
thank you guys for watching.
Namaste, y'all.
Namaste.
Thank you so much.